Now, your 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Volume Chevrolet.
Welcome back. We are keeping an eye on the tropics this week as we have Tropical Storm Fiona just kind of hanging out to the east of the Leeward Islands for this evening. Wind still at 60 miles per hour. And just kind of taking a look at it, we have seen a little bit of shear trying to eat away at this, trying to weaken this system. We are, however, still expecting this to stay a tropical storm through the next few days as that heads towards Puerto Rico. Now, after that, there are a lot of questions about where this is going to go. Really, anytime after around Sunday, we have some questions expecting it to still take that northward turn at some point, but not out of the woods along the east coast quite yet. So we're going to keep an eye on this as it gets a little bit closer to us, but just know that it's out there for right now. Otherwise, a lot of things staying quiet in the Atlantic. And so we like it like that as we are heading into kind of the end of hurricane season. It still goes well into November, so don't get too crazy, but we are watching it right now, trying to wind down a little bit. This looking out on our 41 sky view this evening, where we are seeing some clear skies and temperatures starting to cool off a little bit. 64 degrees. Dew points are at 63 degrees, so we are very close to kind of that cooling point, but I do still think that we can make it into the upper 50s by tomorrow morning, a lot like what we did for today. Starting out at 59, we eventually warmed up to 85 degrees this afternoon. All of that below normal for this time of year. We're going to keep that going into tomorrow as well before we really start our warm up that's going to go well into next week. For right now, most of us are sitting in those middle 60s. You can see 66 here in Macon, 64 in Dublin, 70 down in McRae for this evening, and across the rest of the southeast, more of the same. You got those 60s in parts of South Carolina, but you head down to Tallahassee, 74 degrees, still at 79 over in New Orleans, 80 in Houston this evening, and in general, we are staying very quiet. That high pressure continues to keep us clear across much of the East Coast. You look further to our south, stationary boundary is keeping all those showers and storms in parts of Florida. So we're not going to see much of any kind of real rain chances as we are moving into the end of the week or the weekend. Finally, a weekend free of rain in the forecast. This high pressure is going to slide a little bit further off to the east as we are heading into our Saturday. So for tomorrow, kind of copy and paste from what we saw today. As we're moving into Saturday, we're going to start to push in a little bit more of that moisture from the Atlantic. So expect to see just a small increase in our humidity. You can see on our MuggieCast right here, we get a couple of those little peaks Saturday and Sunday into more of that humidity. But for the rest of tonight, still staying comfortable. 61 degrees by around 5 a.m. through the rest of the day tomorrow. Beautiful. Lunchtime, 80 degrees, 3 p.m., 85 degrees. And once again, that lower humidity, also a breeze. Winds gusting up around 15 miles per hour through the afternoon. We are, however, going to see a warm up for next week. A big ridge of high pressure moves over our area, and that's where we're going to see some mid-90s returning. In just 10 seconds, I'll have a look at our 7-day forecast.
At Volume Chevrolet, get oil changes for life, plus a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Visit Volume Chevrolet, I-75 exit 187 in Forsyth. That's VolumeChevrolet.com.
And here's your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast, sponsored by Volume Chevrolet. We got temperatures in the mid-80s for tomorrow. Should be another really nice day to be outside. We'll drop into the 60s overnight tomorrow night, but check out next week. 90s are back, including some mid-90s by Wednesday into Thursday.